Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this brand new episode of Building Benny's Movie Park in Planet Coaster. Today we have some fun stuff to build, for example Hagrid's hut. I want to add some more path, I want to add some more details, maybe another ride as well, and possibly we can add the Owlery somewhere in the back here too. So well, let's not waste any time and get straight to it. First, I think it'd be nice to actually connect this whole area to the rest of the park, which right now is not really happening. First off, I don't think this is going to work because it needs to be a bit curved. Instead, let's see, it's probably gonna have to go somewhere here, just like that. And then we need to make a sort of stairway that goes towards this entrance. So let's have a look. We can try something like this. I really hope this is gonna end up looking nice. I have no idea. Let's try it. That is too bad. That would have been really nice. Oh, come on. Why doesn't this just want to work? Please? Yes. Yes! Oh, what is that? What in the bloody hell? Yeah, something like this is fine, I suppose. Let's also go and put that same railing on it that we have over here, just so it all looks kind of similar to each other. There you go. Okay, so now it is technically connected, because look, if you go in here, you can go to the entrance of the coaster, which of course leads to the coaster. So then you end up here, you go inside, you get out over here, follow this path towards the exit, which is also, I also did this off screen by the way, an entire big plaza path inside the building. We can add like a restaurant, I don't know, we'll see. Then what I will do is just kind of attach the path to a mountain. It's gonna look a bit better, I think. Just like this, we can make that, ooh, we can make that look better later, of course, just for the idea. There you go, because I just don't want this to be floating. That's weird. It has to be carved into the mountain, so to speak. Here you go. Same goes for this, just attached to the base. Not the whole thing, but just from this point, I guess. And the same over here. Also, that means if I open this ride, people should be able to come in. It's a long walk though, but let's see if that actually happens. First of all, these staff members have to go, of course. We need a staff building. Let's see if we can put one. This is actually a perfect spot. Only problem is it needs to be attached to a path, which, let's have a look. Now, actually, let's instead put one in here somewhere because I don't know how to connect that. It's not super pretty, but it will have to do. So then, what are these guys doing? Are you going? Assign for this work block, looking for work. Why? What? I hate, this is the whole aspect that I do not care about. Like, I just want to build. I don't want to have to deal with all of this. Even though it's sandbox, somehow you still have to, you know. Oh, I know. There's no path leading to it. I just fixed it. Kind of. Took way too long, but I did fix it. I changed the entire layout of the queue. I changed a lot of things, actually, but it works. I think, I hope. There is now a staff member, so hopefully this will go without any further issues. Anyway, then on to the things we're actually supposed to be doing today, which is adding some more path right here. This is what it's all about. I wanted to do this, but for that I first needed to connect all of it. Anyway, here I want to make just a bit of a little plaza. So let's go with a sort of free-form path over here. Just nice and rounded with a blob. And then here a second blob. Then here we need a bridge to that. First, actually gonna fill this up with a bunch of squares. Here you go. And then we can attach it. Let's see, starting from here to right there. Beautiful. Oh, that actually works. Later, we could turn that into a nice looking bridge. For now, though, that is decent. From here, we can attach it to this path, which hopefully we can make using the natural path, which, look, this, one of these. Natural path. Does this even work? I don't know how this looks. I've never used this before. Definitely needs to be curved. Here you go. Just going down. That does work, and it looks decent. So then we're gonna go here underneath the track through this little tunnel I made, and then later we'll see what happens there. Wow, that's great. That actually looks so good. What the hell? You can barely tell it's there. Okay, and then here it splits up to where? Does it split up? Yeah, it has to. Let's just say we're gonna go over here. No. I think something like this will work. Once again, we do need to add some railings, of course, to make sure people don't trespass into areas they're not supposed to go to. Here you go, just connecting that to the brown kind of path I made earlier. And let me just expand this already. I'm not sure what's gonna happen here. Maybe like a ride or something. I don't know. Or food stalls. Point is, we definitely need some path. And then from there, we connect that to the natural path. So let's see if we can just kind of do that from here, I guess. Yeah, that's definitely too steep. I was expecting that. Too bad though. This would have looked really nice. But yeah, instead, let's kind of do one of those zigzags again. See if that works. Ooh. Although I don't like that this is stairs and that isn't. So actually, never mind. Why are you doing that? This would have looked great. What? Oh my god. Yes, please. Yes! Finally, okay. That looks nice. Hey, wait a minute. There's people inside. Yes, it actually works. Wait. Let me have a look over here. Yeah, oh my god. Yes, dude. Oh, that is great. I was wondering if it actually did work, but it does. Are they also able to actually get out? Here they come. Let's see if they do. Yes. Awesome. Okay, that's good. I mean, it's very boring here. There's literally nothing else besides the coaster, but we can fix that later, of course. But yeah, good to know that this actually works now. That is great. I was really wondering if this path, this bridge works, because I made this much thinner than the default path, but it works fine. So that's very good. But you have to make this look like a really cool, nice, fancy looking bridge. I'm not sure how exactly, because it's probably a pretty random curve. It's not perfect, but we'll see. And I gotta say, with all this path in place, it immediately starts looking like a decent area, doesn't it? Without that, it was just a bit, you know, boring, plain, nothing really going on. Yes. Now, let's go and see what rides we have got that might fit. And actually, I'm thinking they must have one. Yes, a swinging ship. Because since this is also loosely based off the Triwizard Tournament, which I still have to make those kind of tribunes, but that means we could also add the ship from, I don't remember what it's from, but you know, this ship right here. So it would kind of make sense. So let's put that maybe here. This could be a pretty sweet spot, or in the water actually. Look, right here. It does have a huge platform. That's maybe a bit less appealing. But do you think we can make that work? We just have to expand this bit of land, which is going to be a bit of a pain in the ass. Does make me think, though, if the entrance is going to be somewhere on this side, the exit will probably be here, leading back to this path, meaning this probably has to be a tiny little plaza as well, where you can get at least some kind of food or photos or anything like that. So let's make that a little bit bigger, like that. That is not so nice, is it? Let me just tweak this so it's a bit smoother, a bit cleaner. Much better. So then that leads to this. First of all, let's expand the landscape here. Allow me to just pull this entire landscape much further out, like that. It does have to at least kind of remain a rock section. So I think something like this is not actually so bad. Maybe a little bit further. I do love the way this looks. It's so cool, those rocks. Now, let me save it because it always crashes, as you guys know, whenever I put water in. Just gonna make sure that doesn't happen again. And then let's go with the rough water again. It has to be about this. Let me just see here. Yes, that's the one. Let's head back here. Yeah, that is much better. We can still add some rocks to it, some separate rocks, but yeah, that's pretty decent. Then let's put in the entrance. Place entrance. That is gonna go. What? No. Are you being for reals? Hold on a minute. We're gonna put it like this because I'm not dealing with this. There you go. So now it's still not ideal, but it's, yeah, we can work with that. So then the entrance is going to be here. The exit will be over there then. This is the exit. Then we're just going to have to attach it to this. Gorgeous. Yeah, that works, I suppose. And then the entrance goes somewhere through these bushes or something. And then over there, and then we can make a little bit of an entrance here. So that will work. Actually, let's do that right now. I do have a pretty cool idea for this, actually. We can make this kind of like a climbing forest thing, where it goes through these trees a few times. We can make some really cool looking bridges for it as well. Hell, we can even go through here so you can have a quick look at the turntable for the coaster. And these can become those wooden bridges kind of style, which will look pretty nice, I think. Let's see, does this work? Yes. Thank the Lord. Okay, so that is gonna need some work to look nice and some tree adjustment, but that is a problem for later. First of all, this means we can open this up. Oh yes, here we go. Okay, so Is this person going in? No, he's not. Later, we can make this look a bit more like the actual ship it's supposed to represent. But that is once again a problem for later. Because I keep being sidetracked, today we're supposed to build Hagrid's hut. And potentially the Owlery. So let's get to that. For the Owlery, I think I can just get away with copying all of this because it's pretty similar to it, it seems. I'll just have to delete all of this other junk that's attached to it, but you get the idea. Let's see. First, let's just put it here. We can always place it somewhere else later. Let me just select all of this and get rid of it. Beautiful. Same goes for these items. Then what we are also going to need is something like this. So once again, let's go and grab the entire thing really. And we shall put it over there. I don't think we need these windows. We're gonna need those skinny ones there. Then also, yeah, so let's go and put this tower on the side. That is very simple, just putting it on there like so. This one also needs the spire kind of thing, whatever you call that. And then it seems this part, one of these little houses, has to be a lot bigger. However, let's make this 150%. Make that go up a little bit, I think. That's about the right height, yes. And then all I gotta do is make sure this extends back down, and it should be fine, actually, then. I just have to clean this up a little bit to make it look a bit more clean. Then just gotta fill in the walls, too, like that. And in general, just make sure everything connects properly. And then, well, just popping in some of these windows to finish that off. Just something random and very similar on the other side. There you go. And that looks surprisingly similar. The only thing is the windows at the top here technically shouldn't be there, so let's get rid of those. Not to forget, we also have a bunch of these sort of little things for owls to sit on, so we definitely need those too. Just very simple, few different distances between them, like that, because that's definitely a very recognizable feature of the Owlery. And those are also on the other side, on this little tower here. That is very similar. I do like that a lot. So then let's group this entire thing. And the great thing is we can now just put it anywhere, and if we don't like it, we can just remove it and put it somewhere else. So that's pretty neat. However, I still think this is a pretty nice spot for it, somewhere here. Or what about on this little bit? It's a bit too close technically to the castle, but we already know it's not that accurate anyway. It does look pretty cool. I don't know. This was the original idea. Somewhere over there. I really don't know. It seems a bit too big to put it in a place like that, but unless it has to be all the way over there, that's not really all that great either, is it? Oh well, I'll just put it here, and we can always move it later. I will, however, adjust the landscape ever so slightly because of that. For example, this tunnel, I don't think we need that anymore because the path will just lead to this tower. And in the movie, it is on a pretty big hill, like a pretty big rock-like formation. So I don't think it's a bad idea to just sort of do that here as well. I'll just go and paint the sides with the rough rock texture again. Look, and then maybe this path, this can just be like an ice cream stall or something fun to add to the landscape. But yeah. Then something a little bit different in between. Somebody commented a genius idea for me to put the coaster, turn the coaster into the flying Ford Anglia instead of the Hogwarts Express, which I absolutely love that idea. It is kind of in line with how the coaster goes back and forth. It spins around, does a bunch of crazy stuff. So let's do that. So all of these have to go for sure. Then let's go into the colors. Let's see. We need a nice light blue color, something like this. Seems pretty close. To add a little bit of contrast, I'll add a slightly darker color below. Then the wheels definitely have to be black because they're tires. And then the seats, I'm guessing we can make those brown. That seems nice. So then now let's add some stuff. How many wheels? We have these new car wheels. Maybe we can do that. Just make them slightly smaller and put them... I'm just gonna try something here. I have no idea if this is gonna look good. Look, this looks kind of fun, but it isn't very realistic. Like, this would not be possible because it's overlapping with the train wheels. I don't want it to be that unrealistic. It's very sad though, because it does look really fun. Although maybe maybe we can make them a bit higher. That's gonna look super goofy, I think. Look at this. Yeah, they're gonna be so so close together. Hold on a minute. What if I make those in between the cars? That is not bad. Hold on, wait. Do you think we can get away with this? I think it's gonna look very dumb, but we can try. It's too bad you cannot see through it. Dude, imagine this. Oh, that would have looked great. They could just be like inside of it. It does look a bit like a tractor now. I think we need to kind of make sure the bumper looks like the Ford Anglia. That is going to be tricky, for sure. This is actually going to be a lot harder than I thought. This may take a while. For the lights, though, it should be simple. These, again, like we used on the Ford Explorer. They're both Fords. What I can do for sure is add the text to the number plate. How do you do that though? No, seriously, how do you change the text? Hello? Ah, here it is. So it should say 7990 TD. Color has to be white. And the font is actually surprisingly good like that. So there you go. So I was just looking for a grill piece, but then I found this, which makes it look like teeth. Look at that. That's amazing. Yeah, no, I think something like this will have to do. It's not beautiful, but I don't know what else to use. So yeah, that's what I have. These are not it. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the mirrors, but that's just not working. It's not terrible. It's all right. It's fun.
A few moments later.
Guys, I don't think it's gonna be much better than this. It doesn't really look like the Ford Anglia. But really, what can you do, right? I do wonder, though, what it looks like if I add this glass pane to the other parts as well. Nah, that's weird. Nope. No, I think this is okay. Yeah, let's head to the other train, see what that looks like. It is pretty fun. The only thing is you're gonna have some of this stuff where they collide. Technically not really realistic, but wait. One last thing, though. If we use this C, we can... Oh, that is amazing. Oh, that is amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that. And I think I just also fixed the problem with the tires. Because if you do it like this, they don't touch each other. They're not even close. That is so much... Yo. That is so much better. Look, and over here I also put the tail lights on. So now the whole thing is just looking so much better. This looks... I love it. I absolutely love it. You may have noticed... I still haven't built Hagrid's hut, but this video is already way too long, way longer than it should have been, so unfortunately that's gonna have to happen in future episodes, but I am very happy with what we did today. The train looks just so fun. I love how this looks. And most importantly, I also fixed this, by the way, off screen just now. Makes a bit more sense for this path to just keep going towards that spot. So yeah, we do have a better understanding now of the landscape, you know, the placement of things. So that's very good. And that makes it much easier in the future to continue building these sections. So really, for today, I think that's it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell not to miss a single future video. Then I hope I'll see you in the next one.